Maybe the time is right for us to back our team. Maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
And what a beautiful sight I've just seen.
And yeah, it's Champions League and you know what we need. Maybe the time is right for us to find our dreams. Maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight. And don't be down and don't be such a mess. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
Against all the odds. Celebrations out of the pitch.
So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
It's there! Against all the odds! Celebrations out on the pitch!
And yeah, it's white and green, you know what I mean. Maybe the time is right for us to back our team. Maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Parkhall Stadium for this Cymru Premier fixture between the champions, the 18-time champions TNS and Colwyn Bay. Today I'm not alone. I am joined on co-commentary by Andrew Rusko. Andrew, how are you feeling today?
Yeah, good. Thanks very much, Jack. It's a pleasure to be here. The temperature's 8 degrees. It's quite a little bit of mist in the ground, but it's a beautiful night for a game of football.
And what are you thinking of today's game? What are you seeing for your tactical side?
Looking at it, I do think that Colwyn Bay have got to come at TNS tonight, to be honest with you, to get something out of it. They're the ones that are chasing the points on the table as much. So, but I do think TNS will pick this one. They'll keep the ball, retain it very well. But again, it's going to be quite a. I'm looking forward to a good game of football. I think it's going to be a very direct game, especially from the Colwyn Bay aspect.
And looking back at the home side TNS, how big is it to see Leo Smith back in the squad for the first time this season since the first European qualifier?
Yeah, it's a massive boost for Leo, and it's a massive boost for the squad. The lads will be absolutely made up for him getting back into it. So again, I can't wait to see him. Hopefully he gets some minutes tonight and get himself back going.
And we can't really not mention him. Jordan has been on fire this season. He's scored in every fixture against the opposition today. What do you think about his performance today? What are you expecting from him?
Well, from an intrinsic motivation point of view, he's looking at that, goal scoring league table. He wants to be up there, doesn't he? He's going to be, and again, I believe that he's got 4 goals in the last 5 outings against Colwyn Bay. So again, he's going to be looking to get them goals in tonight.
Yeah, Jordan Williams is 24 league goals this season. The current record for a 32-game season is 29, held by his former teammate Deck McManus. I will bring you the team news now. So the home side first, we have young Jack Edwards in goal, keeps his place for the injured Nathan Shepherd. Number 2, Jacob Owen. Number 3, Jordan Marshall. Number 4, Dominic Corness. Number 6, Jack Bothenham. Number 8 and captain for today is Ryan Brobble, as Danny Redmond's rested. He takes a place on the bench. Number 14, Dan Williams. Number 16, Harrison Mackay. Number 17 and lead top goal scorer Jordan Williams. Number 19, Ben Clark, who's just recently had a newborn baby. Congratulations to Clarky. And number 28, Ben Wilson. On the away side, we see a few familiar faces in there. Number 51 in goal, Alex Brown. Number 3, Sam Hart, the captain, returns to the side. Didn't play in the reverse fixture in phase 2 until the end. Number 5, Lewis Cyril. Number 6, Solomon Ford. Number 7, Jamie Cumming. Number 9, and their lead top goal scorer of 12 this season, Jordan Davis. Number 12, Alex Moore. Number 19, Matty Hill. Number 21, returning for the first time in the start 11 with Colwyn Bay, is Ryan Assels, the former Saint, left in January of this season. Number 22, Issa Cargbo, and number 24, George Hughes. There's also 2 familiar faces on the Colwyn Bay bench today, as number 10, Louis Robles, a former Saint, and the new Saints legend, Aaron Edwards, is on the bench. With me and Andrew were just discussing before the game, he's only 1 European appearance behind Ian Rush in the Welsh list. I mean, Rush did win the Champions League, so he has that one, but it's not a bad record to have at all, is it?
Oh, it's a great record that Aaron's got. To be honest with you, I grew up with Aaron through the youth days of Brickfield, and his career has been immense, what I've seen, and do you know what I mean? He is a legend here at TNS, but again, I think he'll be a little bit disappointed that he's on the bench. Maybe he's getting rested, especially after his performance against Barrytown. 2 goals, and they were worldies, weren't they, Jack?
Oh, absolutely. He's a very good player, and even at his age of 38, he's still very dangerous. And every time he plays for Colwyn Bay in the starting 11, certainly he dictates a lot of the game. You can see his experience leading through, but we are just going to kick off now. It'll be George Hughes, number 24, to get us going at the Parkhall. And we are off here, supported by a very, very lively away crowd here at Parkhall tonight. Jack Bothenham wins the first header of the game. Ryan Brobble flicks it on further. It's sent back forward by George Hughes towards Jordan Davis, at number 9. back into a corner a little bit by Marshall and Bodenham. It comes off the TNS defender and he eventually clears his line. Cargwell going in for it, but Brobble wins the first header. Hart going for it as well, but it's won by Jordan Williams doing his defensive duties. Dan Williams will spread it out to Jacob Owen, the former Haverford right back. He cuts back on the halfway line, just looks for his option, decides to go back to Maguire. Jack Bodenham now spreads it to Jordan Marshall at left back. Marshall pops it into midfield, first time back to him from Corness. Bodenham into the centre of midfield. Dan Williams just seems like TNS are just trying to ease their way into this game a little bit. Colwyn Bay are happy to let them have the ball.
Yeah, it's looking much more positive in comparison to the Navan game from TNS. They're a lot of energy, getting into positions more quicker than I've seen in the last game, so it's looking really good. I do think, yeah, that you're right, they're quite happy being out of possession, Colwyn Bay, but again, they started off very well into that area where Jordan had the ball, and yeah, it's looking like this is going to be a very entertaining game.
As Corness intercepts in midfield, back to the captain for today, Brobble. Corness now into the centre circle for Dan Williams. Williams looks up for the forward ball. Goes to Jacob Owen, the attacking fullback. Into midfield for Clark. Clark back to Dan Williams. Jordan Williams just drifted onto the right wing from his... Looks like he's going to be starting on the right wing. Plays a reverse ball looking for Ben Clark. It's a good read from Ryan Astles, but the ball isn't quite clear yet on the right wing with Jacob Owen. Ball's going to break to Jacob Owen, but he hasn't quite got the pace to get there, and Sam Hart will see it out for the goal kick. I think Ryan Astles will be feeling with his first start for his new club against TNS, it has to be.
I really think he's going to feel a little bit nervous, especially from one of the previous games where he did get turned inside out a little bit. Was it against Flint, I think it was? It was a great move what they did to go and get that goal, but I do think Ryan's going to feel a little bit nervous against these, and he knows what to expect.
Absolutely. It's great to see Ryan back at Park Hall as Alex Brown lines up to take this goal kick.
Interesting, no one's put anyone on the far wide area there, but all the plays tucked in here.
Cumming flicks that on. Bodenham battling with Jordan Davis. Marshall will clear it. Astles wins the first ball. It's into midfield for the number 12, Alex Moore, but he loses possession to Jordan Williams, who's dropped it. It looks like Jordan is pushed out to the right wing early on in this game. Ben Wilson in the number 9 position, so Jordan back in his more natural position. He's played down the middle a lot this season, but you can't really fault Craig Harrison for that. He's got him a lot of goals.
Most definitely.
As the ball's played forward to the overlap to Marshall, but it's overhit by Corness. Corness been a superb signing, a great acquisition over summer from Liverpool's academy. I think he'll be a bit devastated that he hasn't scored yet for the New Saints, but he's certainly been a tremendous addition to this squad.
I totally agree with you there, Jack. But again, I think his moments will come very soon, and once he gets that first one, I think he'll just continue.
Absolutely. He's come close a few times this season. He's very dangerous from set pieces, Dominic Corness, but now the goal kick from Colwyn Bay. Just over the halfway line, Cummings jumping, flicks it onto Jordan Davis, but he can't keep hold of the ball. Corness gives it away sloppy in midfield though. Now Alex Moore can drive through. He decides to cut back to his centre half, Lewis Cyril. He sends a long ball over and it's straight into the hands of Jack Edwards. He rolls it out quickly to Dan Williams.
Been very impressed with Jack, in all fairness. He took that very well then as well. Good for such a young man. He's very mature.
Yeah, absolutely. Jack coming into the team, especially hadn't played in the Cymru Premier before the last month or so. Made his debut against today's opposition in the away tie, and he's been brilliant ever since he came in. He's had a lot of praise from his manager. It's Ben Wilson now on the left wing. Clips it all the way back to Harrison Maguire. He decides to leave it for Jacob Owen. Dan Williams now has space to turn. Williams goes for the switch. It's a brilliant pass. Jordan Marshall's touch to get past Matty Hill. Back to Ryan Brobble. Brobble drops the shoulder in front of Cargo. Now with Dan Williams. Williams to Marshall. Very attacking fullback as he always gets forward. Williams forced to go back to the halfway line where Maguire is to receive the ball. His touch out of his feet takes it to Jacob Owen. Owen goes back into midfield for Corness. Corness to Dan Williams. Brobble, his pass is loose and it's intercepted by George Hughes, and now there could be a quick breakaway here for Colwyn Bay. George Hughes back in midfield. Goes out to his is right back Matty Hill. Hill with a little drop of the shoulder, but he's being pressed well by Marshall, and it's good defending in the end.
Very good defending there. He really got to his man there very quickly, and the lad just didn't know what to do in that position there, hence why he's gone out.
So it'll be a Colwyn Bay throw-in in the right back area of their half.
Be interesting to see how Jordan Davis does for Colwyn Bay today, to be honest with you. He hasn't been scoring much, and he does pride himself on a lot of goals. He's a very energetic type of player. Again, come through Brickfield Rangers back in the day. Once upon a time, I helped him get into Wrexham's third team as well when he was at university, when he was up for starting.
And as we say that, Jordan has a pop shot from distance, but never going to trouble Jack Edwards with that sort of take. It was always just bending well wide of the goal, and Edwards takes his goal kick quickly to Mackay. Williams now spreads it out to right back Jacob Owen. Owen fires it into Ben Wilson's feet. He goes to play the 1-2. Cumming presses him well though, wins the ball back in a dangerous area, but it's a lovely recovery challenge from Dan Williams to pull his teammate out of a little bit of trouble there.
Spread the ball out wide there really well. TNS are holding their shape fantastic here, Jack, aren't they?
Yeah, you can see that the communication between Corness and Dan Williams, they formed a really good partnership in the base of midfield for TNS this season, and it's mainly the reason why they're able to keep the ball so well. As we say that, Dan Williams cuts it into Clark. Clark back to Corness. There's a switch on if you can see it, and he does. Crossfield pass from Corness. Lovely ball to Marshall. Marshall up the left wing to Ryan Brobble. He's being held up by Matty Hill. Jordan Davis has got back to do his defensive duty, standing in the right back area, the number 9. Now it's back in the centre circle with Mackay. Mackay to Brobble. Brobble onto Corness. Corness spreads it out wide once again, this time to the opposite flank for Jacob Owen. Owen back inside to the midfield for Corness, and he'll play that crossfield ball once again. It's always on in the opening stages of this match. Marshall brings it down well, being held up by Matty Hill. Dan Williams now comes away with the ball into midfield for Corness, and yet another switch from him. Just in the early stage of this game, Corness really being able to dictate the play from his central midfield role as it falls back to the number 4 for TNS, and he gets it out wide to Marshall. Dan Williams, Corness. Brobble just in that little bit of a free roam position that he loves to play, and Craig Harrison loves him to do. Just drifts around the pitch, picking up dangerous pockets, and we're seeing it early on here. Started on the left wing, but he's just drifted onto the right just to try and create a few more opportunities. He plays it into the middle for Jordan Williams. He's got a lot of black shirts around him. Good tackle from Cyril, but Corness with the first time switch with his weaker right foot. It's a brilliant pass once again. First time pop into midfield from Marshall. Now Ben Clark. Clark tries to find Corness, but it's a good tackle in the midfield. Now Cumming can come away with it, and Alex Moore tries to play it forward to Jordan Davis, but it's a good, brilliant cut out from Bodenham. That's just, as much as TNS will dominate the ball, and they've started well, that's the danger, is the counter-attack, isn't it?
Oh, massively. Colwyn Bay at this moment in time, they're very comfortable getting 10 men behind the ball, keeping Jordan Davis up at the top there, and every time TNS are trying to get into that final third, they're getting men around the players straight away. It's like I said, it's two contrasting styles going on here. Very, very good from the neutral's point of view.
And Jacob Owen puts the ball into the box, headed away by Solomon Ford. Cumming with a second touch, but he's passed it straight to Brobble in the box, and now it's Marshall. Marshall, the first time delivery. Ben Wilson jumping, headed away by Astles. Corness tries to get onto the second ball. Cargo pressing him. Corness holds him off well and retains possession. Brilliant play from the Scouser. And now it's on the halfway line with Mackay. Williams out to Jacob Owen.
Cargo's energy there, though, has been fantastic, isn't he? Sending the play back for sending TNS backwards. Again, he's a great lad. Obviously, his brother Eunice is injured at the moment, apparently. So I actually worked with Eunice and Issa last season with the futsal, and they're very, very good lads. But having Eunice missing today is going to be integral. But Jordan's on attack here.
As we say that, Brian Robble's giving the ball away sloppily, and now Jordan Davis can lead the attack for Colwyn Bay. Ball into the box by Cumming, and it's good goalkeeping from Jack Edwards. Very aware, the young man.
Fantastic again from Jack there. He's come and collected it. It's what you want from a goalkeeper. You want the keepers to come out and command their 6-yard box. Very fair play to him. Class.
That's a great switch from Dan Williams onto Marshall now. Marshall got Green to run into in front of him. Matty Hill comes across alongside Cargbo. Cargbo wins it back and clears it, but it's just as far as Jack Bodenham. The ball keeps coming at the away side at the moment as TNS continue to mount pressure. Bodenham looks to the crossfield pass. It's a little bit behind Owen, but he's done well to keep it in. And he plays it to Maguy. Maguy into midfield for Dan Williams, who plays on the half turn out to Corness now. Corness, one more to Marshall. Marshall pops it back into midfield for Corness. It goes straight back to Marshall on the left wing now. Marshall being held up by Cargbo, decides to go back to Corness. There's a switch on if you can see it, and it just about gets through. It's a good pass from Corness, but he a little bit fortunate as Jamie Cummings didn't get the touch on. Now it's Ben Clark on the edge of the Colwyn Bay box. A little drop of the shoulder, and he just showed too much of the ball to Matty Hill, who clears it. And my guy's got something to think about here. He heads it down into Jacob Owen's feet, and TNS can retain possession again. But you can just see it starting to mount the pressure a little bit, can't you?
Massively. TNS are really dominating this game fully. They're in possession all the time. I love how the right back and left back are working as wing backs, getting into them wide areas, keeping them shaped. Robbles, like you said, he's like a futsal player, going from left to right, getting into different positions. Again, but I think both sets of defenders from TNS and Colwyn Bay are really shining at the moment. I think Ashell's had a few good headers as well, so that would have settled his nerves. So in all, it's well. Great game at the moment.
The guy's just stepped into midfield here from his normal centre-half role to Jordan Williams, who tries to play the reverse ball to Jacob Owen. He uses his pace to get in front of Cyril. It looked like a foul. He's done really well there, Jacob Owen, just to win the foul. He got in front of Cyril before the contact was made, and it's a free kick in a really dangerous area here for the New Saints. Despite the dismay of the away crowd just in front of them, they're doing quite lively so far.
Oh, the fans have been fantastic for Colwyn Bay. They haven't shut up just yet. Constantly singing. It's great seeing it. But this is going to be a dangerous area, though, isn't it?
Yeah, Corness with the in-swinging of his left foot. I always think from these sort of set-piece positions that why don't you just have a go and put a lot of power on it near that back post, because it can make a goalkeeper scramble a lot of the time.
Oh, I totally agree, Jack. You might as well just have a go in them positions. Just hit one, put it in.
And as we say that, he gets headed away at the near post and they give the foul away, so maybe he should have had a go.
I wouldn't be surprised knowing he's dived there. I've noticed here though, Jack, as well, his brother Eunice, who's sitting here on his own on the side, he's coaching him from the side all the time as well. Coaching his brother, his twin.
Got to love the sibling rivalry in any case.
Oh, massively. They are characters.
So it'll be a free kick for Colwyn Bay.
You can see out of possession here, TNS are lining up with a 4-2-3-1.
Jordan Williams straight on the press of Lewis Silver. It's a lovely little drop of the shoulder from the centre-back, and he can switch it wide, looking for Matty Hill's overlapping run. Marshall wins the first ball. Cummings his favourite, and he does win it onto Matty Hill now. Hill flicks it back inside towards his number 7, but the pass is loose, and Bodenham can clear his lines. Decides to go to Maguy, and it's first time to Jacob Owen. It's composed play out the back from TNS as they come back forward here. Jordan Davis trying to do his defensive work. Coming now the furthest man forward for the away side. It's with Jack Edwards' first time. They've just played out lovely there, TNS, out of the press.
They take the press and they take the stress really well, don't they? Under pressure, TNS are just quality on the ball.
Marshall. Brobble now. Goes back onto Maguy, and the play will switch sides once again as Maguy can bring it forward.
It's beautiful, that was, wasn't it? The way Robbles took that ball then. Switches on.
Dan Williams just looking at the option of the switch, but decides to drive into midfield instead. Now with Brobble, it'll eventually find Marshall's feet. He tries to pop it into Dan Williams' first time, but Cargo's there with the press, but unfortunately the ball's always coming back at them as Brian Brobble wins it back. He hits it straight into Alex Moore's chest, and Jordan Davis will regain possession for Colwyn Bay, and Matty Hill will send it first ball forward. It's brought down. A lot of TNS players round him, and eventually Alex Moore gives the ball away. Now it's with Maguy. Bodenham. Corner. You can just hear below us Craig Harrison asking his players to move the ball quickly out of the back. I think that's very much the DNA of TNS's style of play.
Oh, most definitely. And again, he's going to want the team to be direct. You know, try and get that early goal as quick as they can.
So Marshall now.
Colwyn Bay look very like Bayern Munich with their kit, don't they, Jack? that
giving
lovely
me-
little pink there at the
It's
shoulders.
giving me bad memories of Bayern Munich against Man United, I'll be honest with you.
I remember the actual better Man United game 2-1 back in '99.
I was minus 5 years old at the time. Not to make you feel old, Andrew.
Thanks for that, Jack.
Marshall into midfield for Dan Williams. Williams to Brobble. Brobble just taking his time looking for the option into midfield for Cornes. Brobble back to the halfway line for Maguire.
I think that's all they could do in that situation there was work with the switch of play.
It's patient build up from TNS. Cornes, little drop of the shoulder. There's a reverse ball on if you can see it. He does try and find Marshall, but it's a good defensive header. Marshall does well, tenacious to get the ball back.
Fantastic energy there from Marshall, wasn't it, to go and win that ball back. Like exactly, you took the words out of my mouth. Very tenacious.
Jordan Williams now cutting in from the right into Ben Clark. Just tries to take it on the turn. It's unlucky. Just a little bit too loose of a touch, and now Cyril can clear his lines. Just hooks it up the line. It's just the best they can really do is clear their lines. They've not really got a focal point to play into. Jordan Davis just a little bit too deep, as you can see off the ball.
Yeah, he's deep at this moment in time, and when he does get on the ball, he does get quite isolated very quickly as well. Showing you how good TNS are managing the game, really.
Bodenham now. Maguire. Brobble out wide for Jacob Owen. Owen back to the halfway line for Maguire. Just 17 minutes gone here, still 0-0 between the two sides. Yet to see a clear-cut chance, but all the play has been TNS so far, really. As they continue to come forward now, Dan Williams. Jordan Marshall on the left wing now, back to Dan Williams. Williams into the box with Ben Wilson. He holds it up, looking for the reverse ball, gets it to Marshall. Marshall back to Ben Wilson. Wilson puts the ball into the 6-yard area, headed away by Cyril. Just a swipe clearance from Cargbo, but Solomon Ford pulls him out of it. And now there's another break on here for Colwyn Bay. It's a pass through the centre halves from Cummings, but it's well defended by Harrison Maguire to get across quickly.
Yeah, he's won the ball really well there, but as soon as Jack got it, you can see Colwyn Bay just retreating, not retweeting.
Brobble now on the left wing. Dan Williams. Looks very tight and congested in that midfield area. TNS is working the ball out to the right side of the pitch. Jordan Williams really hugging the touchline on the right wing as he cuts inside now. He'll want to come onto a stronger right foot. Brilliant skill to get around the first man, but just one touch too many. It's intercepted, but the ball's given straight back to TNS by Colwyn Bay, and now it's with Marshall in possession. Into midfield for Dan Williams.
You can see Colwyn Bay a little bit getting frustrated here as well. I'm very surprised, to be honest with you, Jack, that they've actually gone with the tactic of sitting off. I understand they've got 40 points and they want to try and protect it and probably hold out for the draw by the looks of it. But in my eyes, they should have probably gone at TNS a little bit better today, really, because points matter at the moment. You've got Penabon trailing them, you've got other teams behind them trailing them, like Barry. Very surprised. I think it's quite negative, really, from Colwyn.
Yeah, I think it's just a little bit too easy for TNS to play their usual style under not much pressure. I feel like the midfield's very congested, but TNS's fullbacks are almost playing like wingers in this opening 20-minute period, which is allowing TNS just to continue to switch the ball through midfield and not let it get too congested.
Oh, they get into lovely space. Look at Marshall here straight away, pushing up with the play, getting in some absolute fantastic areas. Obviously, they're getting some good 2v2s in the wide areas.
Marshall now. Bodenham. Switches it across to his centre-half partner, Harrison Maguire. Cornes.
Wildy's picked up on it a little bit there. He's asking to play a bit higher now because they're obviously playing too defensive.
Yeah, it's a little bit too negative from the away side so far as Marshall picks the ball up on the left wing. Decides to go back to Bodenham and just retain the possession. Bodenham again. Brobble Little clip pass onto Corness, being pressed by Alex Moore. Was a lovely touch inside from Dominic Corness, and tries to play the reverse ball, but Ryan Assel's read it well. But it was lovely play in the midfield from Corness. And as we say that, Jordan Davis just trying to get into the game a little bit, holding his man off, but Jordan Williams is back out there quickly. I think he's played it against the Colwyn Bay man. He has. Good play from Jordan Williams to win the ball back, and now TNS can come again with Bothernham in the centre circle. Bothernham will carry the ball forward, looking for the overlap of Marshall, and he does eventually see his teammate. Marshall back into Bothernham's feet. Bothernham just drifting forward. He continues. He's good at carrying the ball forward, Bothernham. He's always one of his biggest traits, just bringing the play forward. As he finds Jordan Williams, he gets a bit of a snapshot away. It's blocked by Cyril, but it's back on the right wing for the top goal scorer in the league. Into midfield for Corness. Corness clicks the ball into the back post for Brobble. Brobble gets a foot onto it, and he just looked like it was probably a yard too far in front of Brobble. He had to really stretch to try and get a connection. Yeah, definitely. It was a good. what a ball, though. Talk about that ball. He put it on a 50-pence piece there. It's just a shame he couldn't reach enough to put something on it. Yeah, Brobble, I'll be honest, he's a brilliant player. I don't think I've ever seen Brobble score a header, so I knew he wasn't going to go for it with his head. Yeah, maybe he anticipated that one at the last second. But Jack, while we're here, I got you a little gift. There's some Haribos there for you, my mate. A little gift to joining you today. Alex Brown with the goal kick for Colwyn Bay.
Straight after mine is on. I put the clip in the private story today. I should have put that on.
I can't understand it here though, Jack. I'm looking at it. Colwyn Bay are bringing everyone into this right-hand side. Again, when I used to play football, I'd ask someone to play very wide on the opposite side while all the players are congregated there. Wouldn't it be better for the keeper to put it into a 1v1 area rather than put it into about a 9v9?
Yeah, you'd force them to think then and just put a defender out there. Also, as we were saying, that Jacob Owens conceded a foul. I actually don't think it was a foul. It was more of a shoulder-to-shoulder. It was a bit soft, but that is modern football, unfortunately.
Tell me about it, Jack.
So Hughes and Hart both stood over this. Chance to put the ball into the box.
I think they'll look for Assels here, will they?
You think Ryan Assel should be the target.
He's wrestling at that moment in time.
It's into the box. It's headers from Cyril. It's a brilliant header. It's a brilliant goal from Lewis Cyril. It's completely against the run of play. The away fans go absolutely bananas in that far corner. It's actually a superb header from Lewis Cyril on the edge of the box. I mean, if you're going to score a goal against the run of play, it's got to be one like that.
It was a good ball, a great header. Just unfortunate, the keeper did get a hand to it and it's just gone in. I think that's just the luck of the draw, but TNS have been the best side here, but again I do agree with you, it was a bit of a soft decision from the free kick anyway.
TNS talking to the linesman, they wanted the offside, but from the replay it does look like Lewis Cyril might have just creeped offside. I need to see another one around the half-time break, but he might have just leaned forward. TNS are very frustrated with that decision from the linesman to not be given, but play will go on here.
So it was number 5, was it, who scored that goal? Lewis Cyril.
It was a really good header. I feel like Jack Edwards is unlucky. He's not anticipating the shot from that far out. That's why he's probably a little bit too far off his line.
Totally agree with you.
But it was a great ball in from the number 24, Hughes. We'd highlighted that it was probably going to be Assel the target, but I didn't think Lewis Cyril had it in his locker. As we say that, Jordan Williams comes forward, plays it into the box. It's going to be headed away by Matty Hill. Only as far as Dan Williams on the about 25 yards from goal. Switches it on to Marshall. Marshall now wants to go one-on-one with Moore. Marshall back into midfield for Dan Williams. Gets it quickly to Ben Clark. Lovely little Cruyff turn edge of the box, and he's kept the ball as well. Lays it off for Jacob Owen.
It's like they put 2-on-1 all the time, don't they, Jack? Straight away, they're marshalling the lads out.
As I said, Colwyn Bay have a chance just to bring the ball forward and ease the pressure off their back four. It's back with Cyril now. Cyril into midfield for George Hughes. Hughes can look for the switch to Hill. He goes to Solomon Ford instead. Solomon Ford back into the centre of his back four to Astles. Astles onto Cyril, but the switch was on there. I'm surprised he didn't go for it.
in all fairness, Jack, what I'm seeing here, I think that goal's given Colwyn Bay a little bit of confidence. They're playing a little bit higher now and able to dictate the play a little bit in this last couple of minutes.
Yeah, TNS will certainly want to get back onto the front foot, and Marshall will drive the ball forward. And it's given the away fans something to cheer about. They've been brilliant in the opening 25 minutes of this game, and they're even better now.
I think the result's flattering Colwyn Bay, if I'm being honest with you. Again, I think, the keeper, he did get a hand onto it, but again, I've seen Premier League keepers get beat from there, Jack. So, well, the more he gets experience, I think he'll save that in years to come.
I also think that was Colwyn Bay's first touch in the TNS penalty area as well, which will say a lot about the run of play in this game so far. Home side have certainly been the better side, and they are unlucky to be a goal down. It is a brilliant goal. I feel like that's what if Colwyn Bay were going to take the lead in this game, that was what's going to happen. They were going to score a bit of a worldie.
Of course, that's the only way they're going to get it on the counter.
Marshall now back into midfield for Corness. Jacob Owen now. Owen. So Jordan Williams. Jordan Williams, I imagine, might be slightly frustrated from playing so far out on the right since his goal scoring return this season from down the middle.
Yeah, I totally agree with you there, but he's now back in his favourite central position here, making the run here. Oh, just unlucky Lewis Sorrell's got it there.
Yeah, it's well read from Cyril, and his clearance is only as far as Dan Williams, now with Maguy. Bodenham onto Ryan Brobble, lovely ball through to Jordan Marshall, the first time cut back, but just behind Ben Clark, and now George Hughes can pump it forward onto the run of Jordan Davis. Jack Edwards comes, doesn't get there, doesn't look like he's got it.
I'm not sure about that, Jack. I think Jordan's dived there personally, but I'd have to see on replay.
Jack Edwards is sent off here.
I'm not 100% sure. I don't know if they've got it right here. I'd have to look. Jordan's well renowned for that.
I think Jack is about a yard away from him. So the ball comes forward from Hughes. Jordan Davis gets there first. He's nowhere near
him there.
It's a shocking decision from the referee.
But the linesman should be taking that off, though. I feel sorry for Jack there. He was having a great game, don't get me wrong. The goal hasn't probably done his confidence too good. But I'm sorry, but Jordan Davis should be yellow carded there for simulation.
He's over a yard away. It's not even a convincing dive for me. He's about a yard away from him.
I hope Craig gives him some words of wisdom there, though, to keep his head up. That's, for a young man, I feel for him. And I was a goalkeeper myself, and someone did that, I think I would have went off my head.
If we have to look at any positives in a decision as bad as that, is that young Bryn Owen is going to come on for his first ever senior appearance, signed from Wrexham's academy in the summer.
That's fantastic news.
He is 18 years old. 18
years old, making your Welsh Premier League debut. Obviously, Premier League Premier, by the way.
Yeah, it's a big moment for Bryn. You can just see Kieran Westwood, a very experienced EFL goalkeeper from the Sheffield Wednesday days in the Championship. Our goalkeeper coach just giving him words of wisdom. That's the exact sort of person you'd want giving you advice here.
I wonder, I imagine Stato would know this one, Jack, but I wonder, is he one of the youngest Welsh Premier League keepers who have made a debut today? Or was it Adam Gee back in the day, maybe?
I think the man you need to ask that is in a high vis about 300 yards away from us.
Yeah, I
but
think
we can ask him at full time. I will take your word for it, though, because I have no idea.
I'm sure Adam McGee back in the Airbus days, but I'm not 100% sure.
It's a massive moment, though, for Bryn Owen. It's a shame, really, because someone's got to come off for the New Saints, and it's a shocking decision. First and foremost, it is a terrible decision from the referee.
I understand it's hard to referee a game, and split moments can make important decisions, Jack, but for me, I could see that from here. That was a blatant dive. He should be yellow carded, Jordan. Simulation.
And the big thing is that Ryan Brobble's going to have to be the man sacrificed, the captain for today. Hands over his armband to Jack Bodenham. So Brobble will be the senior player sacrifice. It's a big shame because he's been dangerous in this opening half an hour or so.
I hope this young lad comes on to be the hero now, and TNS go on to win 2-1, 3-1.
So do I, because Bryn has been so professional this year. It's his first year in men's senior football, and this is a massive opportunity for him.
I always love to see, young lads making their senior debuts like this. It's a big moment for the young lad, big moment for his family, and it's a big moment for Welsh football. Hopefully the young lad does well.
And this might spell a run in the team, as Nathan Shepherd isn't fully fit yet, and obviously Jack is now going to be suspended for the next 3 games. So he might get a run in the team. It depends on the fitness of the normal number 1 Nathan Shepherd, but I hope for Bryn he does, because he's a great lad and he deserves it. Just wish it was under different circumstances.
Totally agree.
The big thing that gives it away for me that it's simulation is that none of his teammates really protested.
I think because they know what Jordan's like.
But for a referee to then give the red card when that happens in any other level of football, if you know they've been clipped, the teammates surround the referee.
Yeah, I get you. They'll be protesting and demonstrating for it, but again, it's a shocking decision. I still don't understand what the linesman and the referee seen.
So Davis's free kick onto the near post, and it's a first big save for Bryn Owen. Confident stop from the young man.
Massively, and that'll be an important save for the young lad with his confidence. And I like to see that the teammates are giving him high fives, obviously filling him with confidence. Because when you're playing with confidence, Jack, you do even much better.
We've seen a lot in the last week or so in the goalkeeping news about Bayern Munich's goalkeeping situation, having a really young kid make his debut, but he didn't get to do it, unfortunately. But now we're seeing that TNS are giving the chance to a young kid, so this should really be the news story, and especially if they're going to win this game.
They may be young, but if they're good enough, they're good enough. Look at Ikea Casillas back in the day.
Donnarumma's the one for me. He was 16 when he made his debut for AC Milan. As the ball comes into the box, headed away at the front post by Dan Williams, further cleared by Ben Wilson, shot from the edge of the box, deflects. There's a massive offside in there. Ball goes in, the fans celebrate, but the ref had already signalled for offside.
Yeah, great decision there by the Lions lady then. I think the fans got a little excited then, Jack.
Especially since the flag and the whistle went before the ball was until the centre forward had taken a shot. Harrison Maguire's clearance is skewed into Jamie Cummins' feet. Hughes now out wide to Alex Moore. Further on to the captain, making his overlapping run, Sam Hart. Back into midfield for Hughes. There's a switch on to Matty Hill if you can see it. Instead he goes back to Ryan Astles, who then clips it with his weaker left foot. So good off both feet, Ryan Astles. We unfortunately know all too well about that.
I'm very pleased to see the Craze kept 2 up though, in all fairness, you know what I mean? Keep it positive, isn't it? Let's get that ball back up there.
I think even with the man down, TNS will be confident they get back into this game.
I fully agree with you.
Jordan Marshall heads it away. Looked like a little handball in there from Jordan Davis, and he gets a shot when he scored. It's 2-0 to Colwyn Bay. Jordan Davis, it looked like there may have been a handball in there. Referee says no. And Jordan Davis doubles the advantage for the away side. It was actually a lovely finish on the turn. A little bit of an acrobatic finish to scissor it past Bryn Owen. And what a shock this is.
I don't think Jordan deserves that, to be honest with you. I don't know how to feel about this. I've had a good pass with Jordan over the years, played football with him, futsal, but seeing with him diving there has really upset me, really. He doesn't deserve that goal, and I feel for the young keeper as well. But again, that's football for you.
TNS, their job just gets harder. 2-0 down and a man down in 33 minutes here at Parkhall Stadium. It's a very jubilant away end.
There's going to be a yellow card, it looks like here to the management, by the looks of it.
It's going to be
Jack.
Craig Harrison receiving a booking. He also received one last week.
You can feel for Craig there though, but I think Craig needs to quiet down a little bit there, and I think the referees will be sending him up here with us.
I can very much see his frustration though.
Massively, I can see it myself. It's just... But we did say though, this game meant more. It was going to mean a lot to Colwyn Bay. They've got to chase the points, so I think they're going to do anything in their locker to go and win this game today though, Jack.
So Andrew's first 33 minutes of commentary, we've seen a red card and we're 2-0 down. It's not the best start.
Yeah, I think I'm getting sacked in the morning.
The chairman will take it up with him. Not sure if he'll get invited back for the second home game after this.
You may have to send me in my technical expert character.
Harrison Maguire now. forward. Astles heads it away. Maguy. Dan Williams.
You got to admit, Colwyn Bay's fans have worked like the 12th man in this game, haven't they? In all fairness, they haven't stopped singing.
Yeah,
but again, Colwyn Bay don't deserve this lead, though.
So Matty Hill now out to Cargbo. Cargbo back to Matty Hill. Jordan Williams back doing his defensive duties, holds off Matty Hill and plays it against him. Brilliant from the centre forward.
He pinned him in really well there, didn't he? The lad couldn't get out of it, so...
Ben Clark lays it off to Marshall. Marshall back to Clark. Clark, little ball roll, lovely skill, and it's a late challenge. Looked like from Alex Moore. So it'll be a free kick to New South. Nothing else going to be given. I'm a bit surprised by that. A bit of a cynical yellow card.
Yeah, I was expecting in the modern game standards, Jack, that would have been a yellow, but one part of me likes the fact that no yellows were given there, but I do like a bit of a tough game that way.
So, Owen now. Jack Bodden to Marshall. TNS got to find a way back into this game. 9 minutes left of this first half. 2-0, a shock 2-0 lead to the away side, and Colwyn Bay have a man extra due to the red card for Jack Edwards. Maguy now into midfield for Corners.
They're very confident out of possession, aren't they, in sitting off Colwyn Bay. I'll give them that.
I may very well be wrong with this, but that might have been TNS. I'm pretty sure it is their first red card in the Cymru Premier this season. They did have one in the Nathaniel MG Cup final. Right at the end of the game, Rory Holden got sent off for, it was about a 20-man brawl, so I think it could have been anybody, to be honest. But it was Rory that was picked by the referee, but that is the first one in the league, as far as I'm aware anyway. I may very well be wrong with that.
I'm sure Stato will pick you up on that later on, Jack, if you're wrong.
Cummings flicks it on. Jordan Davis into Alex Moore. Good battling from Dan Williams to win the possession back onto Marshall. Marshall first time back to Bryn-Owen. It's actually probably Bryn-Owen's first proper touches of the ball with his feet. He's a modern goalkeeper. He's come through the modern ranks at a young age, so I'm expecting him to be good with his feet.
No, I totally agree. Well, he looks very confident with his feet. What I'd like to have seen there, though, but you will only get this more with experienced goalkeepers, especially in these situations, is the keeper to maybe travel with the ball a little bit more to push the players up the pitch. But it'll come in time.
I'm liking how high he's sitting, though.
Right now, he's
20,
very good.
25 yards from goal, very much sweeping and just playing as the old-fashioned sweeper almost in that old role. I say old role, I do apologise.
That's what you want from a keeper, though, as well. Unless you look at the Thiago Motta model, where you put the keeper in front of the defence.
Yeah. Corners now. Bodenham. Corners. Lovely touch around the corner to Ben Wilson. Now Jordan Williams. Williams driving forward into the box, tries to get his shot away, and that just seems a little bit like frustration coming out of Jordan.
Yeah, most definitely, but the positive is he's had a shot.
I would expect at half-time there might be, it looks like they've almost changed to more of a 2 up front with Jordan and Ben, a bit more narrow due to the 10 men.
I'd like to see that in the next half, though, TNS, if when they get the chance, trying to take some shots, you know, just hit one like just then, and hopefully it may fall in.
So Brown's goal kick. Dan Williams, brilliant header, but it's going to fall to Cargbo. Cargbo lets it run for the throw-in. Just trying to take the sting out of this first half a little bit and let the clock wind down.
Am I right to think, Jack, was that the first or second shot of the game from TNS?
Yeah, there haven't been many, despite how dominant they've been with the ball. They haven't created that many chances. Probably the best one fell to Ryan Broddle. It's off the top of my head. It's the only one I can really think of.
You know, maybe if I was Craig, again, I understand it. The run of plays against now with having a man down, but shots win games, mate. You've got to take shots.
Jordan Williams sends that forward. Astles just has something to think about here, and it's just good showing there's a little bit of experience there from Ryan Astles.
He's done well, and the lad. I'll give him that today.
Ford, Matty Hill, Solomon Ford, Matty Hill. Hill, nice little roll inside away from Corness. Back to Ford. Hill once more. Now with Astles. Ford, 1-2 between him and Cummins, and it's a nice little touch into the green space in front of him. Now up to Jordan Davis, round the corner. Lovely little back heel from Hill through the legs of Marshall, but Clark is there sweeping up and goes back to his goalkeeper, Bryn Owen. Owen, first time out to Jacob Owen, being pressed all the way by Alex Moore, but he turns inside well, and now it's Ben Clark. Looks like Clark's had to drop a little bit deeper due to the sending off. Corness now. Ben Clark once more. Corness now. Corness, little clip over the top. Ford's there back defending for Colwyn Bay. Good header. Marshall battling with Matty Hill. Jordan Williams comes in for a little bit of action and wins the throw-in off Cargbo. I have to say, with the away end, they wouldn't have dreamed of this sort of scoreline going into the half-time break.
I don't think any of us dreamed of that going into the break, to be honest with you, Jack. Again, the results flattering them, but you've got to create your moments in football, and Jordan Davis has gone and done that.
Whether we agree with how he's done it or not, I can't not agree.
I don't agree with how he's done it.
So loose pass from Harrison Maguire, and now Colwyn Bay can come forward once more. Cummings is touch forward. There's a through ball on. If you can see it, he doesn't release Jordan Davis. That was probably the wrong move to go to Sam Hart, and it's just slowed the momentum down a little bit. Now it's back with Cyril.
Thank goodness so, Jack.
Cyril, Sam Hart now. Hart to Cummings, who's dropped in deeper. Lays it off for, looks to be Solomon Ford. He spreads it out wide to Matty Hill. It's definitely Colwyn Bay's best spell of possession so far, as Matty Hill comes down the right back area, blocked by Marshall, his cross, and now it's out for the throw-in. So it looks like we're seeing this more in modern football. Matty Hill with a long throw into the box. I dread to think how much Rory Delap would have been worth in today's game.
90 million. We used to have a player when we were at Kevin Drew's called Adam Hess. He could throw him in. I think it was part of our playbook.
Throw in from Hill. First header's won by Bodenham, but it's back to Jordan Davis. Gets his shot away, but it's well blocked by a number of bodies, really. Cargbo with his pace, though, to retrieve possession. Now Cyril out to Sam Hart. Hart, he delivers the ball into the box. Jacob Owen wins the first ball, and it can eventually be picked up by Jordan Marshall, who can drive forward. Decides to cut back due to the pressure on Ford, and now it's with Bodenham, who's got the captain's armband on now. Bodenham clips it. Lovely switch out wide to Jacob Owen. Just no one over there on that right side now for the New Saints. Corness. Bodenham. Bodenham, just a pass into nowhere really, and it's easily collected by the captain for Colwyn Bay, Sam Hart. Astles now. Hill. Astles. Now with Lewis Cyril. Cyril. Cummings. Astles. Solomon Ford just goes back to Astles. Colwyn Bay keeping the ball, and TNS happy to let them have it.
unfortunately, with the man down, I think they're having to.
Alex Moore, and there's going to be 4 additional minutes at the end of this first half at Parkwell Stadium as Sam Hart puts the ball into the box, headed away. Alex Moore gets a shot away from distance, blocked again by Bodenham. Maguire, Corness now with Jacob Owen. Marshall driving forward, lays it off for Jordan Williams.
Wildy trying to claim it's gone out there, but unfortunately it's got to be the full ball that goes out.
Jordan Williams into Ben Clark's feet. Oh, it's a lovely play from him just to keep hold of the ball. So good in tight spaces, Ben Clark.
Very
and he keeps
creative.
going here. Brilliant move from TNS into the box. There's Alex Brown who collects it well.
Keeper has took that well there, fair play to the lad. But again, that was much more positive from TNS. Very creative in this wide area. So I think a bit more of that is going to get us out of the mud here.
Brown pumps it forward. Jordan Davis battling with Bodenham. Maguire now. Back out to left back Marshall. Bodenham. Dan Williams now. Marshall. Dan Williams. Corness is a switch on if you can see it. It goes into Jordan Williams. Williams goes for the run from Jordan Marshall. It's a brilliant run from him as well, but it's even better defending from Matty Hill, and TNS have the corner.
Very impressed with the pass there though from Jordan Williams. And you know what I mean, the pass is only as good as the run, and the lad got inside the area. It's just a shame that it's only gone out for the corner, but maybe we'll get something out of it. I'd probably like to see us, though, Jack, being a little bit quicker in getting into them shapes higher up the pitch, because again we're just playing it, but we need to be a little bit faster, second too quicker.
So Ben Clark to take this corner. Clark puts it into the box. Ryan Astles wins the first ball. It's more up than out. Now it's eventually cleared. Corness is on the second ball though. Managed to turn away from Alex Moore. Brilliant play from Dominic Corness. Gets it out wide to Ben Wilson. Wilson puts the ball into the back post. Just no one there, and it's going to go out for the throw-in right on the corner flag. So they're still pinned in Colwyn Bay, but so much more could have come from that chance.
Again,
So throwing up the line, Dan Williams wins it well. Jordan Williams, strong from him. Proper old-fashioned centre-forward play, but Colwyn Bay still scrapping for the ball. Marshall now. Marshall comes away with it into Ben Wilson, but his touch is loose, and Alex Moore will take it away. Now out wide to Sam Hart. Sam Hart just looking forward, forced back by the press, and Lewis Sills got something to think about here. Goes first time composed back to Sam Hart. Good play from the centre-half. Now with George Hughes, the switch onto Matty Hill, but it's been on a few times, they still haven't played it yet. I think they're just trying to be conservative going into the half-time, just keep it at 2-0. As I say that, the half-time whistle goes, it is at half-time, Colwyn Bay 2, TNS 0. TNS down to 10 men due to the controversial red card for goalkeeper Jack Edwards. Just quickly get your summary of this first half, Andrew.
well, TNS have been, they dictate the play, they control the game, but what you just explained there, Jack, that decision from what can only be seen as what we can see from the replay, Jordan Davis diving, has caused this situation now, and I just feel for Jack. I do think TNS need to be now. I understand it's hard with 10 men, I get it, but they still need to be that little bit faster, getting up the pitch a little bit quicker. And again, when you get into that final third area, I think they need to get shots off as well, because like we just spoke about, they've only had about 2 shots. I understand this, they want to get into them wide areas and send it across the box, but I feel that they've got to do something a bit more creative, a bit more maverick, and get them shots off as best as we can. Goalkeepers hate when people just hit the ball straight because they want to get set. So I do feel that there needs to be, when you get that final third, more shots off. It's the only way you're going to win games, unfortunately.
Yeah, perfectly said there by Andrew. We will be back after the half-time break. Don't go anywhere.
Dancing in the streets of TNS
Celebrations out on the pitch.
So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
It's there against all the odds. Celebrations out on the pitch.
And yeah, it's white and green, you know what I mean. And maybe the time is right for us to back our team. And maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
And what a beautiful sight I've just seen.
And yeah, it's Champions League and you know what we need. And maybe the time is right for us to find our dreams. And maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown.
It's there! Against all the odds! Celebrations out on the pitch!
And yeah, it's white and green, you know what I mean. And maybe the time is right for us to back our team. And maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight, tonight.
And what a beautiful sight I've just seen.
And yeah, it's Champions League and you know what we need. And maybe the time is right for us to find our dreams. And maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. And when our future comes to pass, you know we've got the strength to last. And when the old boys shout out loud, heads held high and they stand so proud. And when the bells all ring and the boys all sing for the lads as they take the crown. So don't be down and don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight.
Welcome back, everybody. The teams are just making their way out of the tunnel now for this second half, and you have to say TNS have got to start this half quick to get something out of this game.
Oh, they're going to have to start quick, Jack, and I think they've got to be more direct. They need to be more creative in the final third, and like I said before the break, they need shots. They need to put that ball in the pearly gates, mate, and that's it.
I'd be very surprised if, firstly, Captain Danny Redmond doesn't come on in the first 15 minutes of the second half. And secondly, I know he's coming back from a massive injury, but we're talking about creativity, and you've got that from Leo Smith, who can offer that.
I think this is the perfect game to bring on Leo, and I do think bringing on Danny Redmond is a must at this moment in time. At least he'll have that little bit of creativity to bring to the team, especially in these kind of moments. So let's hopefully we have a big half from TNS right at this moment in time. And a big shout out to Mr. Harris and Mrs. Harris out in Cape Town, I believe.
Yeah, he's sunning it up while we're freezing cold on the gantry.
That's right. No doubt sunning it and watching the TNS Road to Europe, the Mike Harris story, which is out now on Amazon and Apple and you name it, the lot.
Absolutely. Brilliant viewing. I wish I was in it.
Oh, it's a fantastic documentary though. It's got everything, isn't it, going on in it. Absolutely loved it. I've watched it about 3 or 4 times myself, Jack. How many have you watched it?
I've watched it 2 or 3 times, just waiting to see myself in it, but it filmed before I came to the club, unfortunately.
Maybe it'll happen on part 2. You never know, do you?
I hope I get my own segment.
I'm sure you will.
The chairman's listening, so I hope he just hears my little vouch for my own little segment in the documentary.
Well, Mr. Harris, you've heard it there. Jack wants to be in part 2 of the TNS Road to Europe, the Mike Harris story, which is out now on Amazon.
Right, we approach for second half kick. I'm just waiting. Chris Sargent, the assistant manager, makes his way across the pitch and then we'll get going. Doesn't look like any changes for either side so far at half time, but yet to see what Craig Harrison is thinking. He'll definitely want to make the more positive changes. I think Leo Smith is a must in this sort of game. He can open up tight spaces, but obviously it's a risk with his knee injury, and I think they'll want him fit for the European campaign, knowing they've won the league now.
Looks like they're going to clip this right into the right-hand side with Owen playing quite high here. That commentator's curse gone the other way.
Yeah, there's one thing I'm very glad that the new Saints haven't adopted, is the new kick-off strategies that is very similar to how rugby players do it.
Oh, I'm a big fan of it, Jack. I like just getting that ball up the pitch, because that's where, you win games having the ball up there. That's more positive, getting the ball there, breaking them behind them.
Ben Wilson just had a little bit too much to do as Alex Brown collects it.
I like that, though, a little bit more positive. It does show you the vulnerabilities of Colwyn Bay if you do get that ball into that final third a little bit. They don't seem to being like to be turned.
So, Sam Hart now. Back to Lewis Cyril. Long ball out from Cyril to Jordan Davis. Just picked up a little space around the TNS penalty area. Cummings now out wide to Sam Hart.
It's a great touch there, though, for Jordan when he brought it down there. Fair play to him.
Jordan Davis now to Hughes. What I am actually going to put out in the second half, I didn't in the first, but we've actually, very rare that you see in Premier football, top division football, 2 teenage goalkeepers on the pitch.
Yeah,
Brown 19, Bryn 18.
Oh, it's fantastic for the Welsh game. It shows there's going to be a bright future with Welsh goalkeeping.
Very much so, and we'll give us a quick nod to Kit Margetson, the Swansea loanee at Connors Quay. There's a lot of big clubs looking at him, including my beloved Man United. That's
right, I do believe, because Tony Cotton was at Flint at the Connors Quay versus TNS game, and Kit looked really good. But if I'm going to say anything, Jack, I'm going to go on the limb here. I thought our Jack looked a lot much better, though.
Yeah, Jack, it's an unfortunate day for him, obviously, and he's very unfairly received the first red card of his pro career, but that's football. But apart from up until that moment, he's been flawless for TNS. You wouldn't notice much difference between him and Shepherd.
No, I totally agree. And if I was Tony Cotton, I would have been looking at him as well.
Never been more upset to miss a day of work when Tony Cotton was there and I didn't get to meet him.
I believe Kit Magson is a son of a famous footballer as well.
I will need to Google it, but the name rings a bell.
Yeah, Magson. I did Google it myself, but I forgot the name of the player.
So, Matty Hill now. Shoots from distance and it's
Good
well
save.
held from Bryn Owen. Just that'll give him a bit of a boost to the young goalkeeper.
It was an awkward save for him as well. He had to drop down to his left-hand side and hold the ball as well. You know what I mean? I said it before, shots win games, and moments like that, you know, he nearly caught the keeper off guard, but he didn't, pulled it off really well there. Absolute fantastic save from Bryn.
I think it makes a difference as well in terms of shooting from 20, 30 yards out is the surface. I think the ball bounces so flat on a 4G surface, hitting that little dipping shot right in front of the goalkeeper can make a big difference.
Oh, massively, Jack. Massively. And again, you know what I mean, if it's wet, that ball will, you know, it'll glide over the surface as well. So again, you know, full credit, kudos to the keeper there for pulling off that save. And it was right next to him as well, so dropping down, absolute brilliance.
Ball's in midfield now with Dan Williams, Bodenham now. Loose touch from Bodenham and Carg goes straight onto it and he sends the ball forward, but Harrison Mackay is well favoured to get this as the last man, and he'll sweep up comfortably and play it over to Dan Williams.
I think we've got to get Redmond on. You could see it quite clearly there in that final third. The creativity is just not there tonight, is it?
Yeah, and I think the more this game goes on, the more Colwyn Bay will have to sacrifice possession. And TNS just needed a ball player in that midfield just to get the ball moving a little bit quicker, which was Brobble, and obviously he's had to be sacrificed due to the red card. But as we speak, there is a free kick, and this is, we were talking earlier, I feel like you can bounce this just in front of the goalkeeper on the 6-yard box and just cause a little bit of issues, especially with Corliss being left-footed.
Massively, but you've got to be switched on as the strikers as well. If you bounce it in front of the 6-yard, you've got to get in there and get something on it, just a touch. But personally, Jordan Davis knew what he was doing then. That was an action. He was clever with his foul there. I feel like that should have been picked up by the referee a little bit more sterner.
Yeah, no Colwyn Bay players yet to go into the book, except for the red card. I haven't seen the yellows as of yet. There's been a few cynical fouls, but as we speak, free kick will be taken by Ben Clark. Instead, it's floated. Lewis Cyril with big headers in his own box and the opposition box as well. And now Alex Moore can just come away with the ball. There's a cynical foul in there from Dan Williams. I'd be very surprised if there's not a book in there.
Yeah, I totally agree. But Jack, going back from the cross there, you know, to Colwyn Bay, they're just picking out headers. There's got to be a bit more aggression and a bit more desire to go in front of them. If you're going to win games, you've got to get in front of them.
I think it's the sort of game that Colwyn Bay centre Arsenal enjoy, balls into the box. They're both big lads, very physical, especially Ryan Arsenal. He's a man mountain at the back. He was for this club, and he's so far, it's been a game that he'd like to play in with the balls into the box. He's very comfortable in his game. I think the two centre-halves lack pace, and there's not been enough balls in behind to test them, really.
Yeah, I totally agree, especially in the high ones, but in that situation there, I feel that was a good height just to try and nick your head in front of them. Like I said, a bit more desire, a bit more aggression in trying to win it.
Jordan Davis gets across Harrison Mackay well there. Little back heel down the left wing onto Alex Moore. Little quick turn to try and get away from Dan Williams. Lovely first time ball into the box from Sam Hart. Matty Hill just over his head and it's cleared by Marshall, but it was a lovely play between Alex Moore and Jordan Davis.
Yeah, you're right there. A very, very good first time cross there. I like seeing those, the old James Milner style.
I was thinking more David Beckham.
What a baller.
Another long throw here from Matty Hill.
You know, with the quality of TNS, I would be inclined in this situation to have kept 2 up. You know, Jack. I understand that we're chasing the game. We're having to get people behind the ball because we, you know what I mean. Colwyn Bay, they're still decent.
What a save that is from Bryn Owen.
What a save!
It's an unbelievable stop from the young goalkeeper on
That
his
is
debut.
a flying save, that is, Jack. That was going in as well. What a save. That'll do the young lad confidence. 18 years old, picking him out the air like that. Absolute class.
That gave me very much flashbacks of a Joe Hart save against Swansea. Just going with, looked like he almost went with the wrong hand for a second, but what a save from the young goalkeeper. It's very strong reactions. It was actually a really good flick from Alex Moore originally to try and just be smart with it and glance it into the near post, but brilliant goalkeeping from the young lads.
Oh, unorthodox, but a save's a save. Love it.
Sam Hart into the box, cleared at the near post by Dan Williams. Cargbo will send it back wide. Lovely pass from him as well. Hart onto Hughes. He puts it into the box again. Headed. Don't think Harrison McGuire knew much about it, but he's got it back to his goalkeeper.
I think we isolated Assels well there. You can see that they're trying to find him on that diag from the crosses. Again, I would like to see TNS when they're getting into them zones, getting in some crosses as well, sending it into the wide back area, but loaded up at the back, just to try and get something out of it.
Now with Bodenham. Dan Williams puts it into the box, headed away by Lewis Cyril. Corners now. Reverse ball over the top.
That's a great ball. That's the type of ball we want, Jack. Oh,
Just a little bit too much on it in the end for Ben Wilson to get across to, but it's a brilliant pick out from Don Corners.
you know, on the 2 times, don't get me wrong, it's come to nothing, but the 2 times that we've been direct against these, breaking the lines, putting it over the top, we've got something nearly out of it. If we were just a little bit more alert, and, you know, on the front strikers as such, they would get into them zones and maybe get something out of it. It's all it is. It's just knowing the triggers of when that ball's going to be played. But when they're direct TNS, I do feel that they may get something out of it. Just get switched on a little bit more.
So Brown with the goal kick. Cummings tries to win it across from Bodenham, but the centre half does well. A lot of handball in there from George Hughes, but referee says no, and he plays the ball through to Jordan Davis. Takes it well on the first touch. He's on his own at the moment. Tries to put it into the edge of the box, and it's a good tracking back from Dan Williams. There's a cynical foul again in there, but the referee just yet to get his cards out, which is a bit suspect.
Yes, I'm starting to feel that myself as well. That was like something out of a WWE flying clothesline there, Jack, and he's let it go.
So I think TNS won't complain because they wanted to get on with the game, but good pressing from Hughes. Jordan Davis, good recovery though from Dan Williams. Just leave a foot in there and win the ball back, and now TNS can come once more.
He was a little hesitant, wasn't he, and hence why he got caught out there, but the recovery was fantastic. What you want out of your player.
Jordan Marshall puts it into the front post, and as always, catching practice easy for Brown. A lot of credit has to go to TNS right now because I can't tell that they're a man down the roll.
No, I totally agree with you.
Hughes now. Hart.
I'm still buzzing about that flying save from the young lad, though, from Bryn.
It's
What
brilliant.
a save, flying save, mate.
What I like as well is I'm just seeing him here commanding the back four, a very vocal goalkeeper. It's great to see that confidence in a young player with experienced heads in front of him.
Oh, it'll be a dream for him, and you know what, the lad's confidence is going to be up there.
And we don't know what will happen in this game, but that could be a pivotal moment, that save. Now with Davis, out wide to Hart. Hart to Cyril. Cyril now. Hughes back to Cyril. Just a bit of keep ball here from Colwyn Bay. Always back to the halfway line to Astles. Astles, lovely switch out to Matty Hill. He brings it down his chest well too.
The guy's command in there is fantastic. Did you hear his communication? He explains, you go, oh.
It's actually lovely. We were about to say it looked like a one touch too many from Alex Brown, but the young goalkeeper in the opposite end has actually done really well there.
Yeah, and when luck's not with you, things like that. Just unfortunate that it didn't fall for the lad.
Again, that's modern goalkeeping. Both young lads that have come through, obviously learning to use their feet. I'm seeing Bryn picking passes well, and Alex Brown, I'd say slightly fortunate, but it's actually a lovely skill, to be fair, to drop the shoulder.
Oh, definitely.
It always gives me a mini heart attack watching a goalkeeper try that, though. Played down the line to Davis, being held up by Corness on the right wing here. Goes to put the ball in the box, comes straight off
from Davis. That
Corness just gives the ball away, but then TNS just play it right out for a throw-in.
I think Jordan was saying I want it in the wide area there so he could have ran onto it, and he's absolutely right. But again, it comes back to what we're saying, let's be that little bit more direct.
So another long throw for Matty Hill here.
He's really cleaning the ball, I'll give him that.
So another long throw into Astles, goes for the flick on, it'll bounce straight through to Bryn Owen, and now TNS can just go quickly here. He rolls it out to Maguire.
Looking at that throw-in situation there, Jack, I see this quite often in football. The lineman should have picked that up. He took a few more steps forward than he should have done. So, you know what I mean? And that's an advantage, especially when you've got a throw like that, which is a weapon. To be honest with you, that should have been made to be retaken.
Yeah, you see it. Unfortunately, you see it a lot in modern football, and you see it with the wall as well. A lot of the time, the wall will move forward. Free kick takers will move the ball forward. It just doesn't get picked up enough by referees.
No, I totally agree. Hey, the amount of times I see foul throws that are not given in the Premier League.
Which is schoolboy errors, really.
Oh, massively, massively.
As the ball goes out for the Colwyn Bay goal kick.
Again, no one coming in from that wide area. It's a shame.
And there's going to be a substitution here. Issa Carbo is coming off the number 22 for the number 10, the former Saint, Louis Robles. Issa getting a brilliant reception from the away fans.
Cargo's he's been outstanding. He's given pure energy. But you know, as soon as I knew that Wildy was putting him on, I could see that he was there just to put pure energy in that midfield. But again, like you said, a former player coming on now.
58 minutes gone here, still 2-0. Just waiting to see if Craig Harrison will make changes. He's actually just seeing who's been sent to warm up. Jack Nadine, the former Nottingham Forest midfield player, another creative player, and the captain Danny Redmond's also gone to walk in the corner. So that shows where Craig Harrison's mind's at. Two more attacking minded midfield players.
Yeah, it's what it's needed. You can see that it's what's lacking in that midfield now as well. So a bit more attacking, a bit more creativity. Hopefully get that ball in the back of the net, but they just give the ball away cheaply here to Jordan, not the play you want it to go to.
And he puts it into the box. It's cleared by Maguire, luckily.
Great defending from Maguire though, isn't it? That was an awkward one to defend.
Corness is giving it away again though. Hughes out wide to Sam Hart. Sam Hart into Lewis Cyril.
See, we're not tight enough there, are we? We should be a little bit tighter there or quicker on the press.
The switch to Davis is in the box from Cummings. Jacob Owen just miscommunicates with his goalkeeper and he's given the corner away.
I don't blame the keeper in that situation though, Jack, to be honest with you. I think the lad should be telling him, come for it, not just not being quiet. Again, you know what I mean? I think that's the defender's fault.
I think Bryn has sensed someone's blocking his path and he can't really make... I think you could he could have glanced it back to Bryn.
Yeah, everyone blames the goalkeepers. I hear it a lot on a lot of football channels, and personally I don't blame the keeper. You know what I mean? Yeah, we all say goalkeepers should be communicating. I'm sorry, but the defenders have to communicate.
So the ball in the box now from the corner. It's on the back post. Good header from Harrison Maguire. Lewis Cyril's going to pick up the second ball. Now it's with Alex Moore. He can swing it back into the box. It's from Robles, who was offside anyway. Jordan sticks it in the corner, but it's offside. It was actually a fantastic save from Bryn Owen to deny Robles.
Oh, he done well, didn't he? Another good save from the young lad. And to be honest with you, I'm glad it was disallowed, the goal.
Despite it, to be fair, disallowed, and it was a really good finish as well.
It was a decent finish, but he doesn't deserve it, especially after diving earlier on, Jack.
I'm sure we'll hear from you at the end.
But he's having it after the game. Listen, I was hearing Craig there, and I think Craig's picking up on what I'm picking up as well. He's telling the lads to get higher, quicker, and obviously they're just sitting off. So as you can see now, as you're looking at the shape, the lads are higher now, which is good. It's more positive. But again, we just need someone else feeding in at that back area so we can hit that cross. But in all credit to Colwyn Bay, their energy's really pressing, but that's to be expected when you're a man down.
Corners now out wide to Marshall. Marshall, a little 1-2 with Ben Wilson, uses his strength to try and see off Robles. Does get the ball into the box. Astles will clear it at the front post. Poor clearance, and it'll go out for the TNS throw. The one thing TNS haven't got is that long throw, but they'll take it short to Corness instead. Corness, Bodenham onto Dan Williams. Jacob Owen one-on-one against Sam Hart. goes early. It's actually an inventive little cross. The defender's taken a swipe, and it looks like Brown has just kept it in. Good goalkeeping.
It's done well there, isn't it? But again, did you see that, Jack? You know what I mean? Craig's asking for the 1v1 situation, but Colwyn Bay then ended up with a 2v1. They're isolating them. That's why I think that TNS needs to start getting them first-time crosses in a little bit quicker.
Hughes now. Cyril. Dan Williams, lovely little chop turn away from Louis Robles under pressure. Owen now. Mackay. Again under pressure, they're playing out here, TNS.
Look, it's so much positive, isn't it? Really good on the ball.
Yeah, it's quick football from TNS to get out from the Colwyn Bay press. Jordan Davis hasn't given it up just yet. He's still chasing Marshall down. Little reverse step over to get away from him. And now it's in midfield with Corness. Corness quickly onto Dan Williams. There's a switch on, you can see it straight away. They're starting to get the width back, TNS. Owen now looks to use his pace down the right wing. Gets doubled up on. Forced back to the halfway line to Mackay, who steps up from centre half. Mackay. Jordan Williams now.
I do think the left wing back needed to hit into where the D meets there a little bit quicker, where that first time cross could have been hit, because if you can see it, Jack, there's space there.
Dan Williams, little drop of the shoulder into Ben Clark. Asking for foul, not going to get it. It's Corness. Shoots from distance. Oh! It's an unbelievable strike from Dom Corness. It's so unlucky to not be his first TNS goal.
Do you know what?
Cyril puts it out for a throw-in.
I'm glad to see a shot there, Jack. That's what you want in games of football. And it hits the post. But what a shot, what a strike. In fact, just all it needed to do was just go in.
That was reminiscent of Paul Scholes versus Barcelona in the Champions League. Just the unfortunate one where it hits the post instead of finds that top corner. But what an effort. And
it was nearly there though, Jack.
Owen into the back post, just over Clark's head. Matty Hill can clear it for Colwyn Bay.
Frustrating. It's like I said, you need to be loading that back area, Jack, with two people, because that was there to be won again then. It was a good cross, but you've got to understand that and get into that zone a lot quicker. I think that's a missed chance, that half chance, that.
Corness now. Bothered him. Out wide to Marshall.
I'm sure their fans were singing the Cranberries then.
Shot from Jordan Williams, hit the post again. TNS hit the post twice in 2 minutes. So unlucky. It's another. It's one of them where he doesn't hit it as well as he wanted to, but it actually probably does him a favour because it rolls away from the goalkeeper. But again, it's so unlucky.
Well, TNS are getting the run of play now, to be honest with you, Jack. And Colwyn Bay are looking very, very tired and depleted at the moment. Is it tactical? I don't know. But, that was just so unlucky. They've hit the post. We're on to again another chance here.
They put it in. Oh! It's a good save at the front post from Alex Brown. Lovely inventive flick from Ben Wilson.
That reminded me of Lee Schaaf against Barcelona all those years ago in '94 and putting it in with a back heel.
The one that's more my era was Louis Nani against Bayern Munich at Old Trafford.
Yeah, they're great moments, both great moments. But we need a moment here now at Park Hall. Can we get one?
Corness goes short, puts the ball into the back post. It might be a little bit too much on it. It looked like it could go in for a second. It's headed away by Cyril, safety first, and it's back out for the corner. I can't believe that the TNS are a man down here because you can't tell at all, especially in the last 5 minutes. Oh,
you can't. Like I said earlier, I think Colwyn Bay is showing depleted. But again, Jack, did you see what I'm seeing? That back post area needs to be attacked a lot more. Overload it with two at the back.
So Clark's corner. Again, it's high into the back post, but they have overloaded this time. Botherham's first header, headed away by Davis. Laid off for Corness. Corness now out wide to Botherham. You'd rather him in the box. Goes back to Dom Corness, opens his body up and finds Marshall on the left side. Back into midfield for Dan Williams. Williams lays it off short for Mackay. There's a switch on if you can see it. Dan Williams comes forward, sprays it into Ben Wilson's feet, lays it off to Jordan Williams. Jordan gets his shot away and just always rising, but again TNS just continue to mount that pressure.
Do you know what though, Jack? Doesn't it look more positive when you're getting shots off though as well? You know, they're taking them half chances now. They're trying to put one in the old pearly gates. But again, it's coming though, isn't it? It's coming.
Absolutely, and TNS are making two changes now. It's Ben Clark and Ben Wilson to come off, and it'll be Jack Nadine and captain Danny Redmond to come onto the pitch. Again, I think this will be a little change in formation. Nadine might play slightly out wide on the left. Redmond will come into that midfield.
Still positive changes though, isn't it? Again, I think they're going for, like you said, more of an attacking style now again, which is what you want. And again, the chances are coming, but you've got to create your half chances, hence why the shots. And look what's happened. Two shots, 2 posts.
It looks early on from the change that Redmond's going to pick up more like a left midfield sort of area. I think that's more for his crossing ability that we see a lot from when he plays fullback. And then Nadine is just that little creative spark. I think it's a like-for-like change, really, him and Ben Clark. Ben Clark, with the birth of his baby, didn't play last week, so it's just giving him that, having to come off after giving that rest. As I said, congratulations to him.
Do you know what I would like to see then when he plays? Oh yeah, we're on to a chance here.
Forward to Jordan Williams, and it's just a yard too quick. But that's exactly what we want to see, is just Danny Redmond just trying to play those more direct balls forward.
Again, the other thing I'd like to see now we're getting the chances. I think we've had four shots in comparison to the first half of 2 shots. But like number 4 then, when he played that pass in, I would like to have seen him do a bit of the old Brian Robson style, or the old days of Roy Keane. Just play that pass, run straight into positions. Try and get them pinned back constantly. Make them think about turning backwards.
I think if I'm looking at this team, the 2 players statistically to make the difference would be Dan Williams and Jordan Williams. Dan's got 11 assists this year alongside his 4 goals in the league. Obviously we know Jordan's stats in hit. Between them 2 and Ryan Bromwell, they've actually either scored or assisted 93% of the TNS goals in the league this season, so it says just how good them 3 have been.
Oh, massively, and I think Robles coming off as well has been a bit of a miss in this game as well, because his positional and rotations was fantastic early on.
Yeah, I think with Jordan's got 31 goals and assists in the league this year. People are forgetting Bromwell's got 23 goals and assists himself. He's also joint top assist with Dan Williams.
That's right.
I think he's 3rd in the goal scoring mark. Jordan Davis might be 3rd now, actually, with 13 after today's goal. It'll be Rhys Hughes' 2nd.
See, they're sitting off quite deep here, Colwyn Bay. Now, this is what I'm saying. Yeah, we're getting into those areas. We're in a good wide area here. Good cross. Oh,
Jacob Owen just skews the cross, but that's the position that Jack Nadine will want to pick up. I think as Chris Sargent talks a lot about with Jack Nadine's positioning in the final third, in terms of just dropping into that pocket and almost like the Mesut Ozil sort of role at Arsenal, in terms of just dropping into space and dropping off his defenders and picking passes. That's what you can see early on in his substitution here in his cameo. ...20 minutes left of the 90 remain. Redmond goes for the header, Robles brings it down, but it's a good tackle. They accuse him for nothing really. It's a brilliant challenge from Jack Bodenham, and now TNS can come on their way once more with Jacob Owen down the right side.
Go on, lad, drive into that area.
Owen cuts back into midfield for Dan Williams. So, Maguire, Jacob Owen. Owen back into midfield for Redmond. Redmond goes short to Dan Williams. Dan Williams back to Nadine. Nadine spreads it out wide quickly to Jacob Owen. Owen lays it back off for Nadine. Nadine into midfield for Redmond. TNS just looking for that opening here. Back into Nadine.
Just no one showing for him coming into that zone there in the pocket there.
Redmond.
But that's going to happen, isn't it, with the man down?
Corners all the way back to Bryn Owen, who's actually, I say all the way back, he's pretty much on the halfway line, the goalkeeper.
Again, I probably would have liked to have seen him travel a little bit more into it to send the players on a bit higher, but it's still positive at the moment.
Jacob Owen clips it, looking for that run on the edge of the box. No one made it though. Jordan Williams tracks back well though, brilliant tackle from him, and now TNS have the ball once again with Corners. Corners switches it across midfield to Redmond. Redmond out to the right wing for Jacob Owen. There's another chance to put it in the box. Goes short to Nadine on the edge of the Colwyn Bay penalty area. Nadine bringing it away from goal. Dan Williams first time to Maguire. All TNS's 9 outfield players, I should say, in the Colwyn Bay half. They've really stepped up, even the centre half, so more in a midfield position at the moment. Nadine.
I've seen very good retention here, but we've got to get that
ball.
ball
Lovely
in
turn
there.
from Dan Williams, puts it into the back post. Marshall jumping, gets his header. Simple save really from Alex Brown, but such good football from TNS to create the chance.
Oh, it's fantastic football. It's, you know, ball retention, the lot. It's just unfortunate we just can't put that ball in the net.
I think with 17 and a half minutes to go, give or take, it's crucial TNS get a goal in the next 10.
Yeah, definitely. They need to get that goal in the next 10 to get some life back into this game.
Jacob Owen driving forward. Sam Hart dropping off him, letting him come forward. Owen drops inside. Just a little bit too much as he gets swarmed by black and pink shirts. Cleared by Sam Hart, only as far as McGuy. And the ball just keeps coming at Colwyn Bay at the moment. TNS can come forward once more. There's a ball into the pockets. Jordan Williams decides not to play it. Now with Nadine on the right wing.
I think if he would have played that ball a little second quicker, then he may have got something out of that.
Corness spreads it wide to Jacob Owen. His pass is a little bit behind Nadine, but he recovers it. Nadine, little direct clip onto the run of Redmond, but it's cleared by Colwyn Bay. McGuy, lovely chest control to keep the attack going. Now with Williams. Corness, there's a switch on if you can see it. Decides to cut back and switch to the opposite side instead. No, he goes down the centre. Dan Williams gets his shot away, and it just took a nick off his own teammate. It's into the hands of Brown once more.
Yeah, just unfortunate again, it hits his teammates, but again, I don't think there was enough then in the shot though, to be honest with you, Jack. But the positive is, again, they're taking shots. Like I said, I think that's what that 5th or 6th shot of this half.
Sam Hart being pressed. Cyril will clear it. McGuy looks it over his head. He's got to trust his teammate, and Jordan Davis is pressing him, but McGuy uses his strength and gets it back to his goalkeeper. That's brilliant play from the centre-back.
Good footwork from the keeper as well, though. It was quite a tight one, that was, Jack. You know, and he's got it back out to the wide area on the left-hand side.
Jordan Davis told to go to the gym there by Irish McGuy in the shoulder-to-shoulder.
Yeah, get on the weights, Jordan. So again, we're just playing it in the central areas. TNS going forward here. There's just nothing on, they're not finding it, so they've put it into the wide area. I'd like to have seen him put a cross in here, and it's just been defended. They're isolating them very well here, Colwyn Bay are.
George Hughes sends it forward. McGuy has to track back, gets it back to Bryn Owen. I have to say, Bryn Owen, it's the one positive from the game is he's looked really assured on his debut. Unfortunately, it's under circumstances we wouldn't like. I'd say it's one of the worst red cards I think I've ever seen, certainly in person. But it's given Bryn this opportunity and he's taken it.
I don't understand how it was a sending off. I don't understand how the Lions person has not even seen it was a clear, blatant dive. But again, you know, the young goalkeeper, he's made 2 great saves, but we've got a moment here.
Jack Nadine clips it into the box, just no one at the back post, and you'd say that's where the extra man would be.
Again, I keep saying it, I think having that overload at that back area is where people should be running in, bombing in to try and get the header on it.
So Jamie Cummings is going to be coming off for the TNS legend Aaron Edwards.
Yeah, Aaron coming back on here at Park Hall for Colwyn Bay. He scored a really good worldie, didn't he, against Barrytown, was it the other day?
Yeah, superb player, over 500 appearances in this league. He's been a great servant to Welsh football.
If I remember rightly, it was Tixie Dave Taylor who got the golden boot, picked him up when he went to Caiasus all those years ago. I think, was it from Buckley or from Brickfield?
Also been another substitution. The captain Sam Hart has come off for the number 11 Ethan Roberts.
If one moment could define a game, it is that sending off, though, Jack, isn't it? That's what's turned this game on its head.
Absolutely, and I actually want to point out again, because I've seen the replay, is that It was handball for the second goal.
Wow.
I forget in the rule books of football, obviously I'm younger than you guys that follow it a lot more than me, but I can't remember you're allowed to bring the ball down like a basketball with your right hand to score.
Well, I saw it in the very first 5 minutes. Jordan in the corner handballed the ball before it went out, and no one picked up on it.
I think we talk, obviously VAR was supposed to come into the Welsh League in the second half of this season, and for whatever reason it's been delayed. We don't know whether it'll come in before the end of the season or whether it'll be left to next season, but I'm a man that very much is against VAR, but these are the exact games where it's needed for.
Oh, massively, Jack. If VAR was here for this game, I think that red card would have been overturned straight away. So it would have changed the game. But again, I understand where you're coming from, being dead against VAR. For me personally, I'm actually for it.
Cyril clears that. Botherham's underneath it. It'll go straight to Bruno. And I feel like this game has been changed by 2 poor decisions. Simple as that.
Oh, massively. And again, we talk about VAR was here today for this game. That decision wouldn't have stood with that sending off. But again, VAR helped you in the TNS Road to Europe, the Mike Harris story, didn't it?
Yeah, I've never been. In Skendia, it was very much heart in mouth moment when the penalty got given. So I was very happy to get overturned. But that is the lowest I've felt after a football match in a long time in that last minute winner. It was horrific.
By the way, if you want to watch that documentary, it's out on Amazon Prime.
Redmond now slots it to Dan Williams. Dan Williams onto Jordan Williams. Got a lot of black and pink shirts round him and just loses out. Eventually, it's cleared towards Jordan Davis. Botherham just has something to think about here as Davis can come away with the ball. There's a switch on to Robles, if you can see it. Looks to beat him for pace. Brilliant centre forward play from Jordan Davis into the edge of the box. Jacob Owen. Lovely turn, and the referee has given a foul. It didn't look like a push from the back, to be fair, so the referee has got one right eventually. Yeah, eventually. What disappointed me though there, Jack, in that final third again though, you know, you could see the lad was in 2 minds, but there was that small minute minute there. If he would have took the shot, I think he may have got something out of it. I think again, you've just got it in football, you've got to take your chances and hit those first time shots a little bit quicker. Robles battling with Corness in the middle. Dan Williams. I've also, on a separate note in football tonight, I've had a notification that Bournemouth have equalised against my beloved Man United, so my night is not going well. Don't worry about it, I think they'll come back and win 2-1. Corness. Williams. Lovely little bit of skill from Jacob Owen, but Roberts reads it well in the end, and now it's back with Cyril. He recovered well, didn't he? I thought he'd done him there, dropped the shoulder, but yeah, he recovered really well there, the Colwyn Bay lad. Hughes gets it back onto Solomon Ford. Ford into Aaron Edwards, who plays the 1-2 with him. Yeah, Aaron's come on and he's given them a bit of life, hasn't he? Colwyn Bay, you can see that. It's experience in games like this that is so important. When you're the underdog, winning against top of the league, you need those sort of experienced heads. Oh, massively, and that experience in the Welsh game goes a million miles. You've got to give credit though to the Colwyn Bay fans. They haven't stopped all night, have they, Jack? No, they've been absolutely fantastic, and their team have given them 2 massive things to cheer about, so I can see why they're so jubilant with a 2-0 lead against the champions with 10 minutes to go. But I've seen stranger things happen in football. That's right. Matty Hill decides actually to go short, and that now TNS need to step up quickly. Ball into the box, Maguire's in front of it. Jack Nadine comes away and gets the foul. There should have maybe been an advantage there, but TNS will get on quickly as well. I'm a little bit disappointed. I think he was in 2 minds, the referee there. I think he was going to book the lad, but again, because TNS took the free kick a little bit quick there, I think he decided against. It's been a weird one today because the referee, the one time he's got his card out of his pocket, it was the complete wrong decision. But I've seen 3 or 4 cynical fouls that are the most blatant yellow cards you'll ever see not get given. Yeah, massively. And again, I don't want to be criticising referees because we need them in the game. They're very good. You know what I mean? Without them, we can't play our beloved game. But it hasn't been very consistent, has it, tonight? No, absolutely not.
Oh, he's turned well there.
Lovely turn from Jack Nadine. The ball's blocked, but it'll run to Jordan Marshall.
You know, that little bit of magic there from Nadine then, it was great. Oh, and we've...
Nadine shoots, blocked by Aaron Edwards. Corners. Redmond cuts in onto his left foot, his favoured left foot, gets a shot away. Another brilliant block from Aaron Edwards. And eventually the switch is put out of play. Referee is going to go back actually and book George Hughes for the previous foul.
Brilliant, good lad, good lad. I think that's the right decision, isn't it? And I'm glad to see that now.
Unfortunately, it's too late for him to be making the right decisions.
Unfortunately, Jack.
So Cyril's throw in. Header from Dan Williams. Second ball from Hughes. Bodenham goes back to Bryn Owen.
I love how positive Bryn is as well, though. When he's playing the pass, he's running on forward as well, trying to push the play on. I like that. That's what you want. That shows you how confident the young lad is for 18 years of age.
Maguire now. Dan Williams clips one over the top. Astles wins the first ball. Roberts will clear it. Redmond's underneath it, battling with Aaron Edwards, who comes away best, the Colwyn Bay man. Matty Hill clears it up to Jordan Davis. He heads it down into midfield for Robles.
He's done well there.
Redmond just comes through the back of Robles and he's going to go into the book.
He's booked Redmond there, giving me a yellow card, but...
There's been so much worse that's gone in this game that hasn't been given.
Well, I'm surprised how much Colwyn Bay haven't had many yellows. He's happy enough to diss them out to TNS, but... Difficult ball that Jordan took down. He got in between the two centre halves there and played it back down from the long ball. I thought it was very decent. Look at Jordan pulling out wide there.
So the ball into the box. Solomon forwards the first ball. Bodenham will clear it with his weaker right foot, but it's a good clearance from him.
Very good clearance.
Robles just... ...5 minutes to go of normal time here. It's still 2-0 to Colwyn Bay.
He doesn't mind mixing it up with Robles, does he? I've seen that one on Jack. He had...
Just looked like he left a bit
left it in, didn't he?
bit of an elbow, not too cynical, but it was a nasty one.
Yeah.
Surprised Jack didn't do more to protest, really. He's just got on with it, which is good and honest to see in football. The guy, Cyril, into their midfield for George Hughes. Hughes back to Lewis Cyril. Hughes onto Matty Hill. Little drop of the shoulder to get away. Redmond, who can't bring him down, gets a shot away, but it's always dragging wide of the post. Bryn Owen comfortable.
Yeah, and he had it covered, Bryn. He knew what he was doing, the old lad. Well, he's a young lad, isn't he? Not an old lad, but...
And Andy Rusko with the prediction of the night is United have come back and have scored again.
That's right, I did say they would win 2-1, Man United.
Bodenham. Little grass cutter into Dan Williams.
I like that. Dan's had a little run there. He's played the ball back and then gone for a run. And look, that's why he's got into this good position here. But he's just got to win it.
Cyril's strong though. Good experience defending from.
But more positive though, isn't it?
Absolutely.
You know, I mentioned earlier on like the old Brian Robson's, Roy Keane styles. You just play that pass backwards and then just go for a run on, pin them back in. It's not rocket science.
Frank Lampard being particularly good at that as well.
Yeah, he was really good at it. Because what you're doing, you know, essentially, Jack, is you're making the opposition think about you rather than you thinking about them, and they're thinking, well, why is he running on? So that's what you want.
So Brown sends that forward. Redmond beaten in the air by Aaron Edwards. Dan Williams, Corness. Jordan Marshall, lovely little drop of the shoulder to get away from.
He pulled
Aaron
in there
Edwards.
though.
Yeah, was a bit of a foul in there, but referee will play on as TNS have the ball.
I was going to compliment Aaron as well, saying he's like Peter Pan, isn't he, of the Welsh football system. Just pure energy, doesn't seem to age.
Redmond, Corness. Jordan Marshall, chance to put the ball, a lovely little nutmeg, but he just lost his footing at the last second. Ball's cleared straight to Bodenham's feet.
I was going to say, I hope he called Megs there, but you can't call Megs if you nearly fall over though.
Corness, Bodenham. Williams just looking for the run. Cyril will clear it into Jordan Davis's feet. He can drive forward, looks to try and Megs Harrison Maguire, but doesn't get any luck with it, and Jordan Williams now can collect the ball in his own half.
Interestingly, we know with us having the man down, Jordan stopped in his tracks as soon as he lost it, rather than going off pressing, which was quite interesting.
Maguire, Bodenham.
I think it shows you the tactic, Colwyn Bay. They're just happy enough to sit in now and just make it awkward.
Yeah, as we approach the last minute and a half of normal time, you can see that just holding out for the win now. They've got the 2-goal advantage and the man up as well, so they are more than happy just to sit and let TNS have the ball.
I can't see much added minutes in this game either, to be honest with you. Probably 2 at the most.
Jacob Owen looks to go past Roberts. The number 11, to be fair to Colwyn Bay, has dealt with Jacob Owen really well since he come on.
Yeah, that really impressed me in the wide areas, Colwyn Bay, in all fairness.
Redlands.
Have a shot, lad.
Bodenham shoots from distance.
Oh, the keeper's fumble! Oh.
Keeper fumbled it, but he did recover. It just looked like for a second he'd lost sight of it on the second contact.
Well, he didn't like it, the old lad, the keeper Alex said. Like I said, shots win games, and keepers don't like them first-time shots because they like to get set. And he demonstrated that with a very lazy
set that long, and Jordan Davis can tries to dink Bryn Owen, who got really well positioned. I think he read what the centre forward was going to try and do.
Yeah,
but to be
definitely.
fair, the contact from Jordan Davis wasn't great. But TNS can come forward once again. Corness now. He clips one forward. Lovely pass. Oh, it's just over Jack Nadine's head. And there's going to be 4 minutes of added time.
Very surprised to see 4 minutes.
Jordan Davis looks to go away from the guy. He claims for the foul. He's not going to get it.
Again, you can see the lad laughing. He's gone down and he's dived again.
Corness. Redmond. Corness. Out wide to Marshall. Bodenham. Redmond. Little reverse ball over to Dan Williams. It's just a little bit too much on it. The surface takes it away from him.
Here's a question for you, Jack. Again, Jordan there diving again there. Obviously, the referee didn't give it because he could see clearly that it was nothing in there. Should he be booked though for that still? Maybe.
I mean, if the referee got the decisions right, Jordan Davis wouldn't be on the pitch.
I totally agree with you there. But again, if you clearly know that he's dived and you're not given the decision, I see it quite often even in the Premier League when strikers dive, they don't even book them. And it's not simulation.
I mean, if there was supposed to be a red card in this game, Jordan Davis has simulated at least twice.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is 2 yellow card offences.
He's very lucky to be on the pitch from our point of view then.
And the fact that Jack Edwards has suffered because of it is the most frustrating part. As I said, we come to the end of this game, looks like Colwyn Bay are going to get the 3 points with just over 2 minutes remaining, and it's 2 poor decisions that have cost the game. You know,
oh yeah, definitely.
I don't like criticising referees myself. I think they're very important. They're really important in football. Obviously, we can't play without them, but when they have this much of an effect on a result, it is detrimental that they come out and admit when it's the wrong decision.
Oh, massively. And I think again, it's a bit. It shows you that why VAR needs to be in this top flight as well.
Yeah, if we have VAR today, Jack Edwards is still on the pitch and Jordan Davis gets sent off for diving.
Oh, I totally agree. Totally agree.
And then the second goal is disallowed for handball, and there's even an argument on the first one whether it's offside or not. Our replay wasn't great; it looked tight.
I'd have to have a look at it again, Jack, to give some proper feedback on that one. But yeah, two big decisions have cost TNS tonight. You know what I mean? On paper and during the game, the result flatters Colwyn Bay.
Absolutely.
It massively does.
Even with 10 men for an hour of this game, TNS have been the better side.
Oh, they have. They've been the better side, but again, there should have been a few more shots in the first half. Again, I think. Again, it was great to see that we took 6 shots in this half. I think 6 or 7 statistically. We hit the post twice, and they were good shots, by the way. But I think that's the only thing that lacked today is just getting them shots off. Because if one went in the first half, this game could have been a lot different again.
So Bodenham now in the centre circle. Out wide to Redmonds. Back to the half line to Maguy. Dan Williams. Last spell of this game now. Redmonds puts it into the box, headed away. Aaron Edwards has it, and there's a through ball onto Jordan Davis. Surely he just takes it to the corner. Just takes time off the clock.
Oh, fair play to TNS, so they're getting back into position and transition there.
But final whistle goes, it finishes Colwyn Bay 2, TNS 0. As we've said, 2 really poor decisions from the ref have cost TNS this game. I think it's a different game if we had VAR today, but that's football for you.
That's football for you, lads, but thank you very much for being part of this, and it is what it is, Jack, I guess, but...
Yep, absolutely, but we hope it's a better result for your next home game.
Well, hopefully it is, but we live to fight another day. But to all those out there, make sure that you log on to the TNS Road to Europe, the Mike Harris story, which is out now on Amazon. And good night, God bless from me.
Good night, everybody. Everyone enjoy the rest of your...
Good, nice and sharp.
Don't be down, don't be such a mess. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight.
Against all the odds. Celebrations out on the pitch.
So don't be down, don't be in distress. We're dancing in the streets of TNS tonight. 10
seconds. Last one, yeah? Last one of these. Come on. Come on. Enough.
It's there! Against all the odds! Celebrations out on the pitch!
And yeah, it's white and green, you know what I mean. And maybe the time is right for us to back our team. And maybe it's time for you all to know all of the places we plan to go. go.